Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Guys and girls, baby squirrels, look, I'm so excited to bring you this video. No, look, I'm cheesing and grinning. And you guys know I hit top 500 on console, and I was like, you know what? I climbed PC in the past, but this is a new season, season 7. Let's go ahead and climb it on PC. I stream both climbs on both platforms on my channel. I wanted to make this video. I wanted to show the difference between console and PC. I feel like there's a lot of superiority complex and people are just, you know, biased a lot of the times, but I'm a very objective kind of guy, y'all know. And a lot of what I hear from PC players, I got some stuff. I mean, console, y'all not out the ballpark either, cause y'all be wildin'. But I do got some stuff on PC. This is gonna be fun, y'all. Now I got 3 things to get out the way before we start. They are very important. Number 1, content warning. If you are soft, if you easily get riled up, trust both PC and console, y'all about to have some dirty laundry aired out. No, because a lot of PC players just be like, well, on PC, the aim is better in melee heroes, and then the FPS and reaction speed and the input. Oh no. Okay, let me squash all that right now, because we gonna get into it, but superiority complex be up here, skill level be down here. Let me stop. Number 2, this is based off my personal experience. Now, I climb with no comms. I talk to no one. People will be like popping, hopping, chat. I'd be like, y'all some creatures. I'm not trying to talk to any of y'all. No. I'm toxic. You already know where this video going. You might as well just leave. But no, I don't use comms. I use controller when I climb, and I don't squad. I didn't squad, I didn't duo. I streamed everything so you guys can see it if you guys want to. Last but not least, 3. It's based off my personal experience. Your experience might be different, whether you climbed on console or PC, whatever. Based off my experience in the most recent state of the game, season 7 and 7.5, based off the recent state of the game, this is my personal experience as of today. Now let's get started, because I got some stuff to tell y'all, bro. It's like I got some secrets and I got some dirt on both platforms, and I'm trying to share. The first thing that I want to just get off the rip is that PC players generally use comms way more in lower ranks than console players. Now, what I consider low rank is bronze to diamond. What I consider mid rank is Grandmaster to low eternity, so like maybe eternity 50 points, eternity 100 points, and anything high rank I consider eternity 100 points plus one above all, and you know, everything else after that. That's what I consider high rank. The ranking is a bit skewed, so people that are in low eternity actually really aren't that great compared to people who are 100 plus points eternity. And anybody who made it into the 100 plus category or one above all from eternity will tell you the exact same thing. Low eternity players are kind of just like celestial players pushed through on a lucky basis. So I still consider that mid rank. It's not actually high rank gameplay. Now back on track, we don't want to go too far. Speaking about lower ranks, so bronze to diamond, they use comms a lot more. Now, how do I know this? You said you don't use comms, Poppin'. How do you know this? Well, I stream Surf, so that way I can see the perspective of a lot of players, but also in chat, people are like, hop into comms, Poppin'. And I'm like, I don't want to talk to you creatures. No, I'm just saying y'all are some cretins. I'm toxic. Why do y'all watch me? I didn't say, I thought it. No. Let me stop. I don't want to use comms. I wanted to have the same experience that I had on console on PC. I wanted to basically replicate it. Just because they use comms and console players don't, there's not a skill difference. It's not like the PC players are having some crazy game plans. It's literally just y'all are talking more than console players are. The skill is still pretty similar, regardless if you're talking or not. Low rank is low rank, period. PC players have way more Smurfs. Like, every other game, there is a Smurf. Sometimes there's a stack of some Smurfs. Sometimes, I don't know what it is. It's like PC players hit Celestial and then they just start Smurfing. Or they hit Grandmaster, they start Smurfing. It's like they can't climb to Eternity or one above all, so they're just like, you know what, let me Smurf. I don't get it. I really don't get it. It makes the game so unfun. And you're like, Poppin', you Smurf. I didn't, no, it's my main account. I linked it from console. They put me in silver. Take it up with NetEase. It's so one-sided. It's so annoying. And I will say that a lot of the Smurfs that I run into in the low ranks technically don't really do anything to me because I'm a top 500 player, and the people that are Smurfing are Grandmaster or Celestial, so it doesn't really, I can win. We entered Celestial with like a 70% win rate. Again, it wasn't really much of an issue for me, but I will say that it creates such an inflated ladder. Like, I think that PC has the most inflated ladder compared to console, because the problem is there's too many Smurfs. There's people playing with their friends that are higher rank, and they won't play without their friends, or they won't play without their duo. So they don't climb unless they're boosted, basically. Some people will stack as 3s or 4s, getting them to boost. Like, I've seen it on streams. It's actually wild how much inflation and how much boosting is allowed on PC, whether it's paid or by friends. Now, I'm not gonna say that if you climb with a pre-made, it's not a problem, because again, console players, they squad up too. That's fine. The issue is you have some of these higher ranked Smurfs infiltrating lower ranked games to boost their friends. Sometimes it's multiple Smurfs boosting one person. So you have a lot of strat players that have zero clue how to play strategists in Grandmaster and Celestial, and heaven forbid they hit Eternity. You also have DPS players that have zero clue what they're doing, tanks that have zero clue what they're doing. There are a lot of inflated players on PC. Now, there's inflated players on console too, but there's just way more because of the fact that there's too many Smurfs. So I don't know what they're gonna do, but I'm pretty sure if you guys watch a streamer, you've run into it before, because it's so prevalent that a lot of players have friends that will play on an alt, whether it's a stack or whatever, and you would see them playing with these higher ranked players to get them to Grandmaster, to get them to Celestial. And it's like, how do you even want to play like that, dog? Like, you get to a rank because you got boosted. That's my experience. I just think it's a horrible matchmaking system once you get to Grandmaster and Celestial, because you generally do have one of these people that are just not, they're not supposed to be there, and they play like they're not supposed to be there. Like I said, console players has it too. They got some inflation too, console. Y'all ain't slick, but there's way more inflation on PC ladder than I've ever seen on console. Again, my personal experience. Number 3, PC players counter swap way more than console players. Now, you might be thinking, that's because PC players are so smart. We always counter swap. We're sweaty. No, that ain't it. Trust. On PC, they counter swap to things they have zero clue how to play, like no hours. You can even go to their account afterward and we're like, bro, why do you even? It's because someone told them to. On console, they'll swap to what they know. And if they don't know it, they're not doing it. The console players got nerves of steel. They're not doing anything. They don't back down. They'll lose rather than succumb to what you're saying. PC players will just do whatever hey, swap to Magneto. I'm a Thor main and a Groot main, but you're telling me to swap to Magneto because of the Punisher. Okay. And then they have 0 hours on Magneto. They then lose the match because, of course, 0 hours on Magneto. Another hot one is Gambit. If Gambit gets through, bro, PC players select Gambit. We need Gambit. The person has 0 hours on Gambit, picks Gambit, proceeds to throw, goes to Jeff. Why did you play Gambit if you only play Jeff, bruh? Like, what are you doing? One tricks will not swap. If you got a one trick Spider-Man, bruh, good luck. You got a one trick Jeff, good luck. You got a one trick White Fox, one trick Cap, one trick Hulk. Most of these people ain't swapping. And that's valid. If you one trick, nothing's wrong with it. Enjoy you, do you, boo-boo. You could still win, regardless. That being said, the ones that do swap on PC, they literally swap to things they have no clue how to play and lose the match anyway. Console players, once again, they only swap to what they know. If I only know Thor, Strange, and Groot, and you're like, swap to Mad because we need it for the Punisher, they gonna be like, you know the rest, they don't type the whole thing because it's console, they be typing an abbreviation. They'll swap to Strange, but they're not swapping to Mad. There's no reason. And that is something I do appreciate about console a little bit more than PC, is that they play what they know, and if they don't know, they don't know, but they'll still try to stick through with it and try to win. That's how you play. Swapping all the time is not how you are going to win matches if you have no clue how to play the hero. Let me say this again, because I know some of y'all typer, well, if you have 0 hours on a hero, counter swapping to that hero will lose you the match because the person that is one tricking on the enemy team knows how to deal with your character way better than you know how to deal with theirs. And again, to Celestial with Cap, it was like 70% win rate on him or higher, 71, something like that. I think the account specifically was like 67 or something like that. I don't really remember. I'll put a post pop and put a picture of what we were Celestial in. Okay, boom, there you go. It should be on the screen right now. Basically what I'm saying is I played Cap almost the entirety of the thing because I like playing Captain, period. I think character still sucks, debatable, but I still play him. So play what you know, get better at what you're trying to do. Do not swap because someone's asking you if you do not know how to play the hero. That doesn't mean you're sweaty. It just means you kind of are just throwing your game for no reason. Okay, if you were being sweaty, you would play what you know. Sweat players don't play random heroes or mystery heroes. They play what they know. We're moving on to number 4, console. Y'all not safe and y'all not slick. Number 4, PC players, they listen way more. Now again, I'm not on comms. Never on comms, but I will put in the chat sometimes to do something specific and they'll do it. Honestly, they listen a little bit too well because then they just start not knowing how to use their brain, but they listen. If you ever ask anybody on console to do anything, again, they'll meet you with that shut yo up and they'll do whatever they want to do, and they would rather lose the match than win because they don't want to follow, they don't want to succumb to what you just said. It's like, who are you? I don't want to talk to you, shut up. PC players, if it's rough, they'll listen. They'll try to do what you ask them to do. They may not be great at it, but they'll try. And that is something that I do respect a lot more on PC. Granted, I don't comm that much at all. Like if I type, it's because I need to. Otherwise, I don't even say anything. And you guys see it on stream. I very rarely type. But like I said, I stream surf. And a lot of the times when someone's on comms, they ask them to do something, and usually everybody's like, all right, and they'll do it. And sometimes they'll win and sometimes they'll lose, but you know, it is what it is. PC players generally listen a lot more. They want to win more. Not all of them, because I've been in some throw matches, bro. I have been. But PC players generally want to win a little bit more than console players. Console players rather lose than listen to what you have to say. I will say that a lot of the throwers on PC are Smurfs though. So if it's like a regular lobby with no Smurfs, generally they want to win rather than throw the match. When I've seen throwers, they just always have been Smurfs on PC. So I will actually say that players on PC want to win a lot more, even if it hurts their pride a little bit. They'd rather just win the match. Console players, if you ask them to do anything, they will not listen. They'd rather be wrong. They'd rather be right, I'm sorry, than be wrong and win. They would rather throw the match. So console players, y'all need to grow up, bruh. No, look, before y'all hit Q, just grow up some. If someone asks you to do something, do it. But yeah, PC players, I've noticed, they listen a lot more. I found this one a little bit interesting. This was just kind of funny. I noticed that PC players generally use, at least in lower ranks, generally use auto aim characters more than console players. I don't know why. I see so many Squirrel Girls, Namors, Scarlet Witch. Like, it's only in lower ranks. Once you hit Grandmaster, that starts fading. But I've noticed it way more on PC than on console, which is really weird. Really weird, but I thought it was hilarious. I was like, all these people, and remember, most people are probably between diamond, or between bronze and diamond. So I thought it was hilarious because all the PC players are aim, and then they're over here using Squirrel Girl and the Scarlet Witch. Now look, if you main those heroes, nothing's wrong with it. I don't have a problem with it. I think it's just funny. And honestly, speaking of aim in general, PC players don't aim better than console players. Okay, I think one of the main reasons is because this game doesn't really reward great aim. It only rewards that on specific characters, but majority of the roster doesn't matter about your aim. And if you are a high ranked player, you have good aim, period. It doesn't matter what platform you're on. So the argument doesn't really make much sense to me. If you are top 500 on PC and top 500 on console and you play Hella, I guarantee both Hellas got accuracy, period. It does not matter. So I honestly don't understand that argument. However, when we're talking about majority of the rest of the ranks, the aim is pretty similar. People cannot hit Spider-Man, people cannot hit Cap, people cannot hit Hulk, people cannot hit flying characters. People like again, PC just has so much superiority complex, it's ridiculous. And then when you actually play through their ranks, it's like, bro, y'all just as buns as console. I don't really know. Literally all the ranks are the same. If you're low rank on PC, you're low rank on console, y'all both whack. I mean, if you're Grandmaster Celestial on PC, you're Grandmaster Celestial on console, the same skill. It's not anything different. I just think that there's way more Smurfs on PC and console players generally tend to throw more. But when we're talking about aim specifically, people think that, oh, melee heroes are worse on PC. They're not. Dog, where is this coming from? Have you played? They're not. They get away with the same thing that they get away with on console. They don't. We just gonna leave. We're gonna leave the aim thing out of it, because you still gonna have the tippity typers in the comments. But again, this is just my personal experience. People can't aim. Whether you're on PC or console, bro, everybody sucks at aiming unless you're godlike, and in which case, you're godlike. That's a different story. So in closing, I really think personally, the superiority complex needs to stop. And I know people probably aren't even gonna get to this part of the video and still type their superiority complex down below about XYZ and, you know, all that extra nonsense. But a personal message just from me popping, I think the superiority complex needs to stop from PC in this game in particular. I don't have experience with other games, all right? So I didn't climb them. But with this game in particular, Marvel Rivals is such a casual game that all players are basically bad. Not many people, there's a lot of players that have this as their first time playing their first hero shooter and their first competitive game. And it doesn't matter if you're PC or console, bro. The game is casual. It's meant for people who aren't really that serious. And so where the superiority complex comes from is I don't really know. The mechanics aren't that different than console and PC. Yeah, you could probably click things faster. Yeah, you can control your aim a lot more because you're using your whole hand instead of like the thumbs. I get that. Objectively, there is a difference in terms of input. I do understand, I'm not clueless. However, how it translate into the game as you are better because you're using mouse and keyboard is false. People still suck, whether you're on mouse and keyboard or controller. When it comes to game sense, it's the same. When it comes to, oh, top 500 on console is Grandmaster on PC. No. Grandmaster on PC is Grandmaster on console, bro. They both fun. So the only difference and why you probably feel like it's different subjectively if you're a PC player is mainly because there are Smurfs running around in your matches, which makes your matches feel way more difficult than it needs to be. But being a top 500 player, climbing through ranks, being able to beat these Smurfs, it's very obvious that that is what's happening. Your games appear harder, players appear better because you guys have 3,000 million Smurfs infecting your ranks. Whereas console players, they don't. So it appears worse when it's really not. That's all that it is. And I really hope that Guang does something about this, because y'all have, it's not a fun experience. I was smurfing because my account linked and put me in silver. But as I climbed, I just thought how frustrating it must be for you players that are diamond, grandmaster, celestial, silver, bronze, whatever you have. It's so frustrating to you guys, I would assume, to have people smurf and stack and boost friends, and then your game should just feel so ugh. Especially because a lot of these Smurfs play their main heroes. They're playing Spider-Man, they're playing Black Panther, they're playing Hela, they're playing Phoenix, they're playing Star-Lord. They're playing their main heroes just dominating these lobbies. They're playing Psylocke, these busted heroes. And I just feel bad for you guys. I'm not saying that come to console because you're gonna have a great time. That's far from it. But to think that your platform is better because you have Smurf infestations versus console is a little bit ridiculous. So again, I really hope that the superiority complex kind of just stops. And I know that it won't. As I said before, I feel like some people won't even get this far into the video. But from my understanding of the game in the closing is that both platforms are the same. The ranks are the same. Yes, you have a mouse and keyboard, but it doesn't change the fact that that doesn't matter. It's based off how smart you are. And if you are a smart player, whether you are console or PC, whether you're using controller or mouse and keyboard, you will win matches, period. It has nothing to do with how fast you can press buttons. It has nothing to do with how much better your aim is, because it does not matter in Marvel Rivals. This game is for casuals. This game is not a serious game. So maybe just stop taking it so seriously. Thank you guys for watching. Till next time, you know what I always say. Think you got you doing what? Hopping often. Well, often.